weiter hier entlang. Was sind denn die Preach Rewards überhaupt?
Come on in. Weapons for sale.
Ja.
You have credits?
No, you got a real.
Oh ja, was der verkauft, aber. Das ist egal.
I'm trying to...
Oh, ich hab dir auch recht gegeben. What the fuck? Hat er mich gesehen? Deutschen zu viel, sie wollen die Bastarde. Ich bin einer, nimm die Karte mit, Junge.
Adam, it's David. We need to talk. In private.
Nothing's more private than my info link.
I'm not so sure. I've sent a secure vid call number to your smart home system. Get to your apartment and call me.
Werde ich tun.
We sent a team to sweep the GARM facility.
Hey!
Delara, what are you doing here?
Is that going to become our standard conversation starter?
Ja.
I'm serious, Delara. It's dangerous outside. Non-essential staff should be home. How did you even get...
Ouch. Non-essential.
I just meant...
Work with me, Adam. I was trying for a little levity. Truth is, watching Picus News, hearing that the mobs were getting closer to the city, I was reminded of...
Woran?
Let's just say I thought being 3 stories below ground was better than staying in my apartment. So, I called in a favor and got state police to escort me in. Listen, I can tell something big is happening, so I don't want to keep you.
You doing okay, Delara?
Look, Adam, I didn't tell you why I left Lim International. That I was in session with a patient when the incident hit, and that I was...
You were attacked.
Her name was Madeline. She was 13. A really sweet kid. One minute we were talking, laughing actually, about something silly I'd said, and the next she was...
It was a terrible day for everyone.
After I fought her off, she just stared at me like she was totally aware, you know, but not in control. God, Adam, I could see in her eyes that some part of her was still in there, locked away. And she was terrified.
Delara, I'm sure the girl...
Madeline. Her name was Madeline. You know the part that I'll never forget, though? The thing that keeps just replaying in my mind over and over? Right before she jumped out of my office window, I could swear she was crying.
Oh Mann. Greifswald ist ein Biss.
I didn't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound insensitive. But you made it through that, Delara. And I think you're stronger for it.
Thanks, Adam. Guess you just think you're over something, you know? And then...
I understand. But regardless of the reason, you took a risk coming back here. These are dangerous times for everyone.
You don't need to worry about me, Adam. I'll be fine. I'll just hunker down in my office until the storm passes. Besides, I hear I have a very comfortable couch.
Just take care of yourself.
I always do.
Delara.
I don't know why. I always fear the worst.
Ach, Delara. Und hier du.
Hey, Adam.
Aria.
They're trying to lock it down. But I was able to bypass most of the state police.
Good for you. The last thing we need is more bloodshed. There's been enough already. If I had your stealth training, I might head home. But I think I'm safer in here. Plus, my test results are in and they're putting me back in the field, finally. I don't want to run in with state police messing that up.
Whose unit are you assigned to for your next mission?
McCready's.
Really? I thought...
He actually recommended me. Told me I shoot better than anyone on his team.
That's great. Talk to you later, Aria.
Bye, Adam. See you out there.
Na gut.
The impact of the AUG incident is still being
Paging Delara Dr. Ozan, contact I can't believe how they're spinning. There's too many things to do all at once.
Wir müssen reden.
Something's missing.
Deus Ex. Das ist ein gutes Spiel zum Zurückkehren gewesen. Das war eine gute Wahl heute.
I don't believe it. Ark knows Jensen got out of the Swiss Hop facility with some valuable intel.
Es fühlt sich einfach richtig an.
Not that deep. Urban's above me.
They've hit this city 3 times. Maybe they're smarter than we think. We'll never win as long as we keep underestimating them.
You want people to come through for you.
Director Miller.
We are trying to stop terrorists here. I understand that. But I have agents scattered around this city.
Be advised. TF-29 personnel.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. There is a clear and present danger.
All permits, licenses,
Exactly.
and certifications are temporarily nullified.
Nur jetzt gucken, was es eigentlich für Errungenschaften gibt. Dass ich keinen Alarm ausgelöst habe. Klassisch in 1337 oder was? Ah, ja, finde ich hier. Ah, dafür war es nicht gedacht. Verstehe. Will ich immer noch machen, da habe ich ein Spielstand in der Gegend. Gurken, okay. Okay, okay, okay.
How the hell are my people supposed to do their jobs if your people keep arresting them? Do you want more people to die? We have jurisdiction. Where? When? Don't give me that crap. I need safe passage around this city. Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. The city's in lockdown, I get it. But I'm in the middle of a level 1 threat investigation here. You made it. Hell of a time for a lockdown.
More like convenient, given everything that's happened in this investigation so far.
What does that mean?
They knew I was coming. Marchenko and the gold mask from Dubai. Somebody tipped them off.
Are you accusing me?
Yeah.
I'm not accusing anyone, yet. But 2 ambushes in less than a month? I want to know what's really going on.
So do I. MacCready dug into Garm. Started out as a geological research center, funded by the European Union, until 2025, when it was purchased by a nameless shell company.
You put Chang on it?
That kid scares me. Tracked it back to Bell Tower Associates in under an hour.
I take it no one purchased it when Bell Tower went bankrupt last year.
Wasn't even listed on the asset sheet. So like I said, you stumbled into something big. Care to focus on figuring out what it is? Chicane debriefed me while you were flying back. Leon sent in a strike team. Got there about an hour after you two slipped out.
And the mercs were gone.
Did a pretty good job of trashing the place before bugging out, and left a few booby traps behind. So we have no idea where they went or what they're planning next.
Not necessarily. I heard Marchenko talking to his men. He said something about finalizing a deal with the Diwali.
We need to move on this now. I'll get a search warrant for that old Diwali-owned theater on Zardibi Adlam Street.
You really think we have time for a search warrant?
No, but with the city under lockdown, I can't guarantee you'll make it over to the Red Light District alive.
I got here, didn't I? Nobody's killed me yet.
All right, fine. I won't stop you. Just be careful out there, Jensen. Let me know what you find.
Copy that.
You do understand we are trying to stop terrorists here. I understand that, but I have agents scattered around this city. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There is a clear present danger.
MIA is still better than him blowing up something else.
No, you're wrong. They've gone too far. There's no reason to lock down the city.
It's not a lockdown, it's just a curfew.
I guess there's a chance of dodging the blast. It seems like the lockdown's just... You're gonna miss something. This is a walk the ride.
Dem auch sei. Ich glaube, ich mache erst kurz beim Apartment.
Train station video.
oben. Natürlich der Abkürzungsweg.
Can you hear me? You have to come quick. He's here.
Who's here? Who is this?
Daria. From the crime scene. Do you remember? I'm at home. The apartment across from yours. Please, hurry. I need you one thing.
Are you still there? Daria!
Rein technisch kein Alarm. Ich denke nicht, dass es als Alarm zählt. Wenn doch wäre es ärgerlich, aber ich denke, ich kriege dieses Spiel ohne Alarm durch. Aber jetzt war ein kleiner Ungeduldsmoment, wo etwas durchkommt, fertig aus. Manchmal rusht man doch einfach ran und tritt jemandem ins Maul. So, jetzt helfen wir erstmal der Kleinen, dann quatschen wir mit Seraph.
Pozor! V celém městě platí zákaz vycházení. Kvůli rostoucím nepokojům v komplexu Titulek
Wenn das Leben einfacher wird, würde ich auch gerne nach und nach die ganzen Bullen ausschalten. Das ist aber richtig schwierig dabei hier. Komm, scheiß drauf.
Feeling all right?
Wusste doch, wo es ist. Ja. Eine kleine Katzenlady.
My Interpol friend, it's dangerous for you to be out in the street tonight. What are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Turns out we, got it wrong before. There have been 2 more killings. Both of them ours. Both harvested, just like Angela. It's the same person doing all this.
So it was never the husband, Johnny Gunn.
I'm not sure where all this is going, but I've been looking at old case notes, and it's uncanny. Marek Svobotka, the old harvester, is supposed to be dead. Yet this killer seems to... Little habits that were never made public. I even called the cemetery just to make sure Svobodka's still dead.
And?
He's dead.
That doesn't explain what you're doing here.
It's still my case, isn't it? And it's still open. I was hoping that maybe Daria
Wird's endlich zu
suddenly
ihr gehen?
remembered something. It was about you. You know very well that your Interpol ID doesn't mean shit tonight. Hell, I should be arresting you right now.
Daria called me. She said she was in trouble. She said he was here. And she got cut off. Is she in there?
I wouldn't know. I knocked and no one answered. I've been worried about her. So she called you, huh?
Who knows how she feels about cops?
Right. Look, you're not supposed to be outside tonight. I'll take a look around the building. You see if you can find a way inside. Hopefully we're not too late. Just try not to get caught, eh?
I won't.
Little girl.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Oh ja. Hello, Whispers. Hi. He's coming. Here he comes. Door not knocking, not knocking, not knocking, knocking. Hi. Please not me, not me. No, not me, not me. Who's that? Not me. Stratos. Hide me. Was ist dies? Ist mit dem Controller besser zu bewegen? Ehrlicherweise ja. Suchen, ob wir irgendwas sehen können, was uns weiterhilft. Nein. Arbeit, okay. I can help you. Aha! Okay. Sehr interessant. Was war's? Daphne District Pharmacy. Ob ich das werde? Und euch aber drauf verlassen.
Do you believe the controversial Human Restoration Act should pass?
Die Mörderin? Das finde ich enorm schade, aber aktuell finde ich es enorm bezeugend. Initial. Ach, ich doch nicht, aber das hier liest dieses Buch, alles klar. Ich glaube, er tut den Leuten was Gutes. Style is the extra offended, ja.
Incident is still being felt 2 years after the fact. The fear, the hatred, the violence. In the northwestern United States, a group of non-augmented citizens, armed with assault rifles, have begun patrolling the streets of Lewistown, Montana. They claim the US government is not doing enough to protect
Werde ich auch tun. Achso, ich bin noch eine höher.
Clearing a way to your future. Proven. Safe. Personal life.
Around the clock, around the world.
Schauen wir mal kurz rein. Altes Programm.
Because you are always watching. Now back to our top story. State police in Prague, working under direct instructions from the army
Leiser
and
Kasam.
public, have imposed a state of martial law throughout their city. This after riots in the Santo Group's Udalek complex threatened to spill over into the capital streets. Allegedly perpetrated by masses of augmented in reaction to the sudden, unexpected death of Talis Rucker. The riots have many people fearing the worst, that a repeat of the AUG incident may be at hand. Many citizens are now demanding that the United Nations Security Council expedite their decision on Resolution 3507,
Scheiße, ey.
the Human Restoration Act.
Was soll das?
If passed, it will mandate the worldwide removal or downgrading of augmentations.
Und Scheiß.
Mechanically augmented
Wie der Mörder,
people
von dem wir gerade gelesen haben.
This is Eliza
Unfassbar. Politische Realität.
live from Picus. Picus News, the global leader in fair, unbiased, and impartial reporting.
Well,
Adam, good. We need to talk, son.
What's going on, Seraph? Why the secure vidcall number?
I looked into Facility 451. It was a processing clinic, one of dozens set up after the incident to help augmented people recover. It was supposed to be places to heal, but they were run more like prison camps.
And?
And I don't think you got your new AUGs there. You said rescue teams dumped you in that clinic shortly after Panchaea collapsed, but your name doesn't appear on its entry logs. And it doesn't appear on any survivor recovery lists either.
They said I was a John Doe. Nobody knew who I was.
It wouldn't have been hard to find out. Your augmentations have serial numbers. Or at least the ones I had installed into Adam Jensen did.
Why are you so sure I didn't get these AUGs in Alaska? Orloff was there. I spoke with him.
You said he was using an alias, McFadden. I looked into it. Casper McFadden didn't exist until the day you regained consciousness, which was 1 month before you escaped the facility.
Okay, so where was Orloff?
Not in Alaska. He was with Tai Young Medical for a while, and in the spring of 2028, his name pops up once or twice in the Baltic region. Then he dropped off the grid, and McFadden shows up.
So what does that prove? Orloff is McFadden, and McFadden is Orloff. None of it connects him to me.
Except for the AUGs which Orloff designed and nobody else knows how to install, let alone make compatible with a competing system.
Are you suggesting all my AUGs are new? Even the ones you gave me?
I'm not suggesting anything. I'm telling you, all the AUGs we ever installed had registry codes, and they're not hard to trace.
I know my AUGs, Seraph. It took 2 years for my body to get used to them, to unlock all their potential.
2 years? Really, Adam? One of which you don't remember because you were allegedly in a coma in Alaska. Look, son, all I'm saying is it wouldn't have been hard to identify you, but for some reason, that never happened.
I found a set of Orloff schematics in a secret military facility in the Swiss Alps. The mercs there had the same augments as me. Do you think I could have been there?
A secret military base in Switzerland? It's kind of far from the Arctic, but...
But what?
When Panchaea collapsed, the original search and rescue mission was reclassified as a recovery operation after 7 days.
Meaning they weren't expecting to find any more survivors.
A few days after that, a unit of soldiers who were never publicly identified intervened. I think that's who found you.
They pull me out of the ocean, take me somewhere. And a year later, Orlov and I show up in Alaska.
Maybe. Listen, son, there's some conclusions you have to make for yourself. I've gone as far as I can take you. Orlov might have had answers, but as soon as you found out he was in Prague, that he'd been visiting Prague periodically ever since you started working with TF-29's division there, somebody killed him. You tell me what it means.
I can't. Not yet.
Well, if you ever do find out, give me a call. Until then, take care of yourself, Adam. Be careful.
Thanks for the help, Seraph.
Ich bin mich noch immer nicht wirklich schlau, was das angeht.
I will try
I
to
don't
find
know
a
where
little
she
something.
is.
I promise.
All I know is he called you and not me. Curious, doesn't it?
Lass den schön schnell auf. Verlust der Energie geringer am Ende. Ja, wo wollen wir hin? Jetzt scheint der schnellste Weg zu sein, also ja. Wir schon mal rüber. Was ist denn hin und her hier in Prag? Was für eine tragische Geschichte. Aha. Ach ja, ein cooles Spiel. So. So, das ist schon das Klo bewache. Okay, wo ist die Apotheke? Ja, hier ist noch ein Stück hoch.
I knew when Roger died, something would spark.
Macht das Sinn? Ich probier's einfach mal. Machen die Stadt mal ein bisschen sicherer. Was ich vorschlage. Sehr gut. So.
Private sector pays double.
Komm her. Du kommst rüber. Asshole. Das Ding ist doch eingepackt, sehr gut. Guck mal ein bisschen auf.
We have no business to do.
Ja,
What are you doing here? It's after curfew. It's
was machst du in
dangerous.
deinem Laden, du Vogel? Wohnst du hier?
Serial killers are dangerous. Curfews are just
Inconvenient. Oh ja.
I beg your pardon?
Daria Mishka. Ring a bell.
Haha.
I'm sorry, but I'm not at liberty to divulge anyone's personal information.
Komm hier nicht mit dem hippokratischen Eid.
I don't have much time, so you need to start talking fast. Daria's in grave danger. That's if she's even still alive. If there's something I need to know about her.
Trust me, there's no hurry. The further men like you stay away from Daria, the better it is for everyone. You should forget it.
Why men like me? Look, I know about the email you sent her. I know you performed some kind of surgery. Why was it so important for Daria to meet you here?
I used to know Daria. She was a patient of mine.
Your patient? You mean here at the drugstore?
No, of course not. Before that, when I used to work for Tai Yong Medical, big tech
Ich kenn
corporation.
Tayo.
You know it?
Enough to know I don't like where this is going.
I headed a project, the cutting edge of neural science and cellular memory replacement. We dealt with people suffering from severe social disorders. We were making people better by making them better people.
How exactly did you make people better?
We found a way to isolate specific character traits. The idea was to use neural implants with imprints of desirable traits from select individuals and insert them into others who were, how should I say, less gifted. Take a man like yourself, for example. Could have given you a sense of humor.
I'm funny enough as it is. Now how about you tell me what went wrong? Something obviously did.
We were trying to help people. Imagine what it would mean if we succeeded. Anxiety, gone. Apathy, gone. Depression, gone.
Apathy, oh ja, das könnte ich auch gebrauchen.
Diversity gone, spontaneity
wegzukommen.
gone, individuality gone. But you probably left that part out of your sales pitch.
Daria is responsible for what Daria does. The only reason Tai Young forced me to get involved is because so much is at stake for them. Big brand name to protect. I've met their lawyers, men whose briefcases are filled with broken teeth. You must understand.
I'm trying to save Daria. If any part of you cares about what happens to her, now is the time to tell me. What do I need to
Hätte
know?
einschüchtern sollen.
Daria is beyond help. You're wasting
Wusste
your
ich doch.
time.
That's for me to decide. Now tell me about this procedure. And you can quit stalling because I'm not going anywhere until I get the answers I need.
My job was to address people's deficiencies by integrating donor personality packages. That meant we needed lots of confident volunteers to donate time to our project. As you can imagine, people weren't exactly lining up to have a scrape inside their heads. So Tai Young had to diversify.
Once again, not sure I like where this is going.
Tai Young Medical cut a deal with various penitentiaries. Prisoners who took part in our programs, they got granted little perks, bigger cells, running water. The prisons, they benefited from facility upgrades. It was a win-win.
You implanted the personality traits of prisoners into the mentally unstable? Smart. Let me take a wild guess. Daria's donor was Marek Svobotka, better known as the Harvester.
Oh yes.
Donor number 698843. All I saw, all I was given was a series of test scores that showed a perfect match. Everything she was missing, he had. Nothing else mattered at the time.
Your test subject's been murdering people all over Prague. Maybe you'll be next.
What? She didn't actually mention me, did she?
Is that all you care about? Your own skin?
It's not all I care about, but it's a very high priority.
Then let's put it this way. She's not the only one you need to be scared of right now.
All right. Look, we obviously want the same thing here. Daria has a neural chip installed just above the hairline. She won't let you get anywhere near it. So if you're serious about putting an end to this, you'll have to, you know.
What, kill her?
That would be my preference, yes. Or I suppose you could just incapacitate her, but then you run the risk of having her wake up. Not a risk I would take personally.
Ich aber schon.
There must be another way. Something that doesn't involve attacking her.
I wish I could help you. Unless you're willing to meet violence with violence, Daria's not a victim. Chip or no chip, she is behind this, and she will try to attack you no matter what you do. She must be held accountable.
Maybe,
but I still think you're hiding something.
Look, I'm the only one who can analyze the data and find out exactly what went wrong. To make sure this never happens again.
Nein.
Please, you must agree to incapacitate Daria and remove the chip. Bring it back to me and I promise you will be compensated.
We'll see.
What do you want from me now?
I think you're keeping something from me.
And I think you're desperate to believe that Daria...
Fucking hell, alles ganze Gespräch nochmal wegen... War mir nicht bekannt, dass es sowas gibt? War nicht mehr bekannt, dass es sowas gibt? Fucking hell. Werde ich mich hier fast forwarden durch ein ganzes Gespräch, um am Ende nochmal hier schnell E zu drücken, oder was? Oder was tue ich, das war E.
We have no business. What are you...
Howie? There must be another way. Something that doesn't involve attacking her.
I wish I could help you. Unless you're willing to meet violence with violence, Daria's not a victim. Chip or no chip, she is behind this, and she will try to attack you no matter what you do.
I don't think Daria's as responsible as you make her out to be. Taking her out and removing the chip is great for you. Gets rid of any evidence that might link her actions to your bungled experiment. But there's no way it's my only option. And there's no way Tai Young Medical would develop a sensitive technology like this without some kind of failsafe. I know you're holding something back.
Like what?
A weakness, an override. Something that allows me to talk to her without the influence of whatever it is you installed.
Well, there is an override phrase. Daria's been programmed to react to it with specific subconscious impulses that are designed to trigger a shutdown of the chip.
Why wouldn't you tell me that in the first place?
Because I knew you would overestimate what it could do. You're a fool if you think you can just walk up to a killer and say a magic word. It won't undo what she's become. The decision to act on Svobodka's memories, to repeat them, that was all Daria. Simply shutting down the chip at this point will not be sufficient.
That's for me to decide. What's the override phrase?
Ohne Scheiß, Bitch.
Ad hominem 2026.
Ad hominem
And
2026.
I warn you, do not turn your back on her. And do not underestimate her responsibility in all of this. We all have terrible nightmares. We all have visions of sick and terrible things we could do. But we don't all act on them. You must be careful around.
Immer vorsichtig. Jetzt sage ich danke.
You must find a way to deal with Daria.
Sehr gut. Fuck the police, fuck the police, yeah. Oh, das wird ein Sprung. Okay, wieder rüber mit uns, würde ich sagen. Watscheln wir wieder zurück. Das ist so unterhaltsam, ey. Muss ich sagen, es gefällt mir sehr gut. Ich liebe einfach das Dialogsystem, was Deus Ex aufgebaut hat. Also meiner Meinung nach das beste Dialogsystem immer noch in jedem Spiel. Also, soweit ich kenne, Alpha-Protokoll soll ja auch sehr cool sein, was das angeht. Auch schon alt, ob ich das noch spielen will? Ja klar will ich es noch spielen irgendwann. Vielleicht mache ich das nächstes. Ich hab das Spiel ja. Ich habe es. Alpha-Protokoll. Stealth, Hacking, irgendwas. Es führt alles hier runter. Das ist neu, oder? Nice, das ist so spannend und so cool. So viele coole Missionen, ey.
God. I knew you'd find me. We must hurry before he comes back.
Das ist
Before who comes back? The man who killed Angela Gunn?
Yes. He knows you're after him. He wanted you to come.
Sie will mich töten.
So where is he?
He's everywhere. Can you not feel his presence? Are you not scared?
Why did he bring you here? What does he want?
He's using me to get to you. He thinks that by removing your augmentations, he can make you whole again. Quickly, come closer. Help me to get out, and then deal with him. Please, I beg you.
I need to know where he is first. How long ago did he leave here? Which way did he go?
You've got to be joking. We don't have time for all these questions. If he knows I spoke to you, he will kill me. Please, my ankle. Come closer. You must help me escape.
You can drop the act, Daria. I know what's going on here. I know there's no one else out there. I ran into an old friend of yours. The name Cipra mean anything to you?
You mean Dr. Cipra? Ugh. Where did you dig him up?
He's worried about you.
He's worried about himself. He's worried about Tai Yong Medical. They're willing to kill to cover things up, to preserve their precious image. Their reasons are savage compared to mine.
I don't believe this is who you are. Something changed in you after Cipra's surgery. Made you do things you would never have done otherwise, for reasons that aren't your own. But it's not too late.
Don't be so naive. I am who I've always been. Cipra's surgery, all it did was give me access to another man's technique, his courage to follow through.
I can still help you.
Also Minen. Ist gut.
Ad hominem 2026.
What did you do? Is that how machines pray?
Listen to me. The neural chip that Dr. Cipra installed in you is in the process of shutting down. Try to focus. This version of you that's been hurting people, I don't believe that was really you.
Then you don't know me very well. Why? Why should this change anything? The procedure gave me access to memory banks that weren't my own. The choice to draw on those memories was mine alone. You can't take them from me.
The shutdown process may take some time. There may be lingering effects, but that doesn't mean it's too late to help you.
You really believe that, don't you? All right. Prove it. Approach me. Come. Closer. Save me from all those horrible things Dr. Cipra did. There's nothing to be scared of, right? Surely whatever trace of the harvester was inside me is gone now that you've said the magic words.
You obviously need more help than I can offer, but that doesn't mean it's not out there. Whatever power the neural chip had over you should be diminishing now. You should be able to fight whatever urges Svobodka's memories inspired in you.
I don't need help. You do. You need to be saved. All Augs need to be saved. Svobodka inspired me to... I can make you human again. I have to make you human again to atone for what I am.
This notion you got that augmented people need saving, that there's something less than human. Look, I didn't know her, but I guarantee you Angela Gunn was a human being. Her humanity was defined by her ideas, her passions, the causes she believed in. It had nothing to do with whether or not she was augmented.
Svobotka never saw them as individuals. To him, they were victims of an age that terrified him. Mirror images of the monster he had become. He believed the entire race was under attack, that mechanization would keep our souls from migrating.
How does that sound like to you when you say it? Migration of the soul, victims of an age? I'm not talking abstract concepts here. I'm talking about people. Svobotka never saw his victims as human beings because it would have made it impossible to do what he did. He was sick, he was scared. Whatever he was no savior.
You're right. The more he killed, the easier it became. That is why he had to repeat the actions, ritualize them. It was a way of justifying his beliefs. If you kill one man, their memory is like an anvil. If you kill 7, you quickly forget the first. It all starts to seem inevitable. Surely it must be obvious to you by now. The Daria you came here to save no longer exists. She hasn't for a long time. All that remains now is his drive, his legacy, his cause.
Nein.
Svobotka didn't have a cause. He was a serial killer, acting out on impulses that he tried to couch in spiritual rhetoric. A way of convincing himself that his actions were justified, but they weren't. No amount of faith or abstraction makes it okay to dehumanize people the way he did.
No. No, it doesn't. But so what if you're right? So what that Svobodka's motivations cannot stand up to scrutiny. His actions, my actions, cannot be justified. Where does that leave me? If those others did not deserve to die, then I deserve to die.
It's not for me to judge you. I want smarter people than me to look into this neural procedure you underwent. Dig into Cipra and Tai Young.
So you're offering me a fair trial?
I'm not offering anything. But if there's any hope of moving on here, not killing anyone else is a good start. Society has every right to judge you, and it also has a right to hear all about Cipra and Tai Young Medical. I'm not an expert on extenuating circumstances, but I'd say you have an interesting case.
You were right before, about the override process taking time. I can feel him receding. Memories of memories no longer crashing against me like they did. Let me prove it to you. Come closer. I want at least one person to know that I'm no longer what I was.
All right, Daria, we need to get you out of here for real now. This needs to end.
The version of me who did those things to Angela, I cannot even imagine it being me, even though I know it was. Whatever happens now, whatever the authorities decide, I hope you believe me.
What's going on here? What the hell am I interrupting?
Ja, ich hab den Mörder.
Detective Montag.
Daria's got a story to tell you. How you react may have something to do with your thoughts on experimental neural therapies and big medical conglomerates.
I don't understand. Where is the harvester?
Direkt neben dir.
I want to turn myself in.
One of you really needs to start explaining.
Der arme Detective.
I want to confess to the killings of Angela Gunn, Misha Voracek, Pavel Klima, and Leonie Wolf. I also need to tell you about the neural procedure I underwent. It involves Tai Young Medical and a man named Dr. Nicholas Cipra. I hope you'll listen.
You can handle this from here. Just listen carefully to what she has to say.
Ich glaube, das kann er.
All right, Daria. I think you should start at the beginning.
2 years ago, I signed up for a program sponsored by Tai Young Medical. They said they could help people to become better versions of themselves. It all feels
Lass
so
diese Kippe
long
an.
ago now. Another lifetime.
I suggest you remember everything you possibly can about this procedure you underwent. Who was involved, when it happened.
I'm not that person anymore. I swear to you.
Take your time. For now, nothing's going to happen until I get the full story.
Okay. Nächste Kippe. Girl.
Yeah, thought as much.
Ich stehe nur wieder Chaos an. So.
Turning myself in is for the best. I know that now.
Warum habe ich eigentlich die Gasgranate ausgewählt? Nur ganz kurz. Ja, okay. War nur ein Test. Ein Steuerungstest. Meine Güte. Gut, wie auch immer sei. Ich bin soweit sehr, sehr zufrieden.
Access granted.
Jetzt. Aha. Interessant. Wie viele Punkte haben wir? 1 oder 2? Ein. Okay. Schon wieder auf dem halben Wege zum nächsten. Nicht schlecht. Aber wir haben noch einen. Die Frage, wollen wir hier irgendwas haben? Taking Fortify. Fortify Notes sind mir eigentlich relativ wumpe. Der ist auch ganz cool. Eigentlich auch sehr cool. Vor allem, ey, fucking 10 als Grundlage, 25 und 40. Ganze Map kann man tracken. Aber cool ist es schon. Aber ich hätte erstmal gerne mein Augenimplantat. Auf V2. Auch einen geringen Akku extremer. Gespart. Sehr, sehr gut. Ich finde das ja wirklich alles vermint, richtig brutal.